Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kat. This is Kat's Loops and Lore, and this little guy is Marty, the practical little mascot of my channel. And today we are trying to finish up the scarf, and I pulled out a second skein because I'm hoping that this hat knocks out the rest of this. I think I'm going to start the hat, which means I need to switch my knitting needles from 5.5 to 8. I think I'm just going to do the double-stranded, oh my god, the double-stranded beanie hat. So, you will see a little clip from last night from whenever I finished one side of the tassels. And, yeah, I'm feeling like I need to start the hat. Today was a bit of a roller coaster at work. It's like, I don't know if you guys have ever had an experience where you just get so mad that you get nauseous. That was me today. I thought I was picking a rather chill location. They were like, goal today is 105K, and I was like, okay, big whoop-de-doo. And then I quickly realized that placement is everything. And I was so fried after work. I was yawning. I was so tired that I took a nap. You just have to respect your energy at that point, because I was like, I want to work on my hat, I want to work on things, but when I can barely keep my eyes open, I'm like, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to take a deep breath, and we are going to curl up under our heated blanket, take off the makeup, and just sleep. And that was lovely. I put my compression gloves on. I need to spend some time with some ice packs around my hands, because my hands have been swelling really bad, because of work. So, hold on a second, I gotta count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For anyone curious, I like to do a long tail cast on when I do this. So, that was 11, 22, 53, 44, 55, then we come a little bit further out for 56. So, I'm going to get started on the hat, just to keep me moving, if I can keep my hands on everything. And I'll check in with you guys in a little bit, okay? Hello. This is a quick update to let you guys know where I am stopping for 12/14, so day 14 of Vlogmas. This is going to be attached to day 15's vlog, but I have got one side of tassels done. I need to cut up some more, but we are literally going to be able to consider the scarf complete. The stitch marker is just to help me remember which side is the front side, but I'm so excited! Go figure, for those of you following my VTO prayers. They posted it at 12 or at 2:30. I saw it 6 minutes later, so unfortunately I still have to go into work at 12:05 tonight. So sad face. A little moment of silence for staying vigilant and then committing to the vlog to literally have it slide in. So once tassels are done, which means officially tomorrow we could finish the other side and move on to her hat. Yay! I will talk to you then. Also, astronomically, if you guys are into that, happy Mars transiting into Capricorn. I realized that whenever I was having this kind of really irritated little tizzy at work, Mars was at 0 degrees, which is a critical degree, which would have been sitting right on top of my natal Uranus, our planet of chaos, disruption, and overall kind of craziness. So it's kind of in the stars, I guess. I'll be really curious to see what happens when Mars transits over my natal Mars at 20 degrees. So I'm kind of hoping that it stays pretty chill. Natally, my Mars in Capricorn rules my sixth house, which is typically a Virgo house. So think health, wellness, routines. I have to switch it up or else I get bored with it. But Saturn is also there. And Saturn is comfortable with Capricorn because that's where Saturn likes to be. So it's kind of like being able to experiment to find a routine that will work and find ways to kind of shuffle it around, right? keep it entertaining, keep it fresh, while also acknowledging that, like, I have to pay attention to my health, right? I'm personally type 2 diabetic. I've got a family history of type 2 diabetes. And I've become very focused on what I'm eating. I watch my calories like a hawk. Do I go over it sometimes? Of course I do, because I'm human, and there are times whenever I'm on my period, I make sure to take extra iron because I tend to feel a little lightheaded, and I find that it improves my mood. Okay. I'm at the point where my flavor profile is changing, which we know happens as you grow older, and I prefer kind of like salty and spicy. I also appreciate like briny things. I love green olives and pickles. So sometimes I'll throw like crispy pickles and crispy jalapenos into a salad, and I call it my Minesweeper salad because they look so similar. You don't know what you're getting into until you bite into one. It's like, was it the safe pickle or was it the not so safe jalapeno? But it helps out. It makes it a little fun, makes it like a little game. And when it gets a little too spicy, I can retreat to like the cheese or the green olives that I put in my salad as well. So it's kind of learning what works, right? And not being afraid to experiment with it. But yeah, I'll check in a moment. Okay, so I'm checking in. We are at about 15 rows, which actually translates to 4 inches. So if I need to start decreasing at 8, I'm like basically halfway there. Only spent 45 minutes on it so far. And there goes the yawning again. I may continue doing some work on this later, maybe. Or I may just take this as a sign to stop and ice and use heat therapy on my hands. Because the last thing I want to do is mess up my hands, right? So this is going to be where I cut off day 15 of Vlogmas. There's so much more on the way, and I look forward to showing you guys my progress tomorrow, right? I feel like I'm moving so slow, but I also have to remember that like I'm doing this while working practically full-time. So learning to give myself some grace and be kind to myself. So that's not going to stay there. Boop, boop, boop. Make sure to stay hydrated. If you like the video, go ahead and like it. Subscribe if you want to hang out for more. I will be here with you guys every day, including the day after Christmas, where we'll do a wrap-up. See what we liked, what we didn't like, what we could potentially do in the future that may be a little more different. Maybe a bit more streamlined? You know, we're throwing spaghetti at the wall here. I am already kind of thinking that I want a little bit more of a structure and a plan. But I'm also respecting the fact that, once again, I'm working practically full-time. I'm working 6 days a week for like just shy of 9 hours a day. And between this little guy and family, I do what I can. And I figure that's going to resonate with someone, right? I want to be able to help sell some of my handmade goods. And what better way than to show you how I'm making it, right? Things always start off difficult, but if it's meant to stick, if it's meant to stay, then it will persevere. I figured, why not? I would love to take this further. I still need to ship out those packages. That's something I will absolutely do tomorrow because I don't want to wait until the absolute last minute. So, I'm going to pay attention, see if the 2:30 VTO drops. 1 o'clock tried to drop, and apparently it said, ew, and went error mode on me. So, I'm going to try for this, darn it. But I will talk to you tomorrow. Stay safe. Once again, hydrate. I gotta fetch my water bottle over there and finish that off. And I will see you for day 16. We officially right now have 10 days till Christmas. So I hope your holidays are going great and that you're able to hang out with family, friends, and all those who make you feel special and safe, right? Talk to you later. Bye.